Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for clicking on my video. Today I wanted to spill the tea with you guys on all the lessons that I've learned in 2024. 2024 has been an amazing year for me. I feel like I had my spiritual awakening back in 2020. I feel like I had another one in 2024, but like not even just a spiritual awakening, just awakening to like versions of myself and new ideas, new wisdom, a new way of life, a new way of living, and it's just such a blessing. So I'm going to get into it. This is definitely some advice that I feel like every one of us can learn from. So I hope that this helps you in some way. And if you guys, want to put any advice that you guys have or anything you've learned this year, let me know in the comments down below. These are not going to be in any particular order. But a big lesson that I learned this year was your appearance really makes a difference when it comes to the life that you're trying to live. And I'm not necessarily like saying that you need to be attractive to live your dream life or to get where you want to be, but like putting so much effort and detail into yourself really does make a difference. Making sure you are being the best version of yourself, you are looking your best, you are clean and polished, like just putting that time and effort into yourself. I realize that it makes a huge difference, and the consistency in doing that helps you improve like greatly. Okay. All of the hard work that I put into myself has finally been paying off, and I'm just so grateful where I'm at with that. So that was definitely a big lesson I've learned, and it's just so weird. Like every day, like I feel like I just get better and better, and as I get better, I feel like I'm opening myself up to more opportunities. I feel like things are going better for me. I'm just getting closer and closer to the life I want to live, and that's just how it's happened for me. Ooh, next lesson, next lesson. I learned this, and it's if your friends do not support you or like they don't show interest in the things that you're like or that you're into, I don't think that's really your friend. Or maybe that's just not a good match. Personally, I've definitely been someone that has struggled to keep friendships because I have a very low tolerance for BS. I'm very real. I don't have time for fake stuff. I don't have time to like play games. And you know people that I was around earlier in the year, like I would notice that they would never ask me anything about myself, or like whenever I would bring up something about myself, it's like they didn't care. It was always about them, and it was a couple people that I were friends with that was like this, and I had to really reflect within myself, like, okay, like is this like, do these people really even care about me? Like are these people that's gonna like build me up when I'm around them, or I don't know, like are these people even really my friends or have my best, interests at heart? Because I don't know, me, I feel like even people that are not my friends, whenever they accomplish anything or they're doing something in their life, I'm just so grateful and happy for them. That's just me, but I realize not a lot of people are going to be happy for you. And to take it a step further, some people might even be jealous. Like some people really don't like to see other people's like I can't even talk. Some people don't like to see other people win, and it's just so sad. Like I don't understand why it has to be like that. I just feel like if I see someone close to me accomplish something, I'm always rooting for them, and I'm like, oh, like that's so good for them. I'm so happy for them. Yeah, I'm someone that is very supportive of other people and what they're doing, and I just feel like when I see other people win, that means that I'm winning because we're all a part of like the same thing, and I just love seeing other people's wins. I love seeing like people's success stories. So it's like if people around you that are supposed to care about you or be your friend don't support you, I just feel like they're not a real friend. Especially if you would be like supporting them or you have supported them. So that's something I definitely learned. Something else that I've learned is that everything that's happening in your life is completely meant to be and is playing out as it should. So, they really do say creation is finished, and I fully believe that. I think that's why we get deja vu. We just know things. Like it's because it's already done and we've already technically, like, I feel like, lived it. We just like to do it again and experience like things again. But everything is already written and everything is so perfect and so meant to be. So if you ever feel like you're doing something wrong or you're not doing enough or like whenever you're feeling a certain type of way, you have to understand everything's happening for a reason. Sometimes we have lazy periods so that we can go into our most productive era. You know what I mean? Sometimes we have periods where we're maybe not doing things that are healthy for ourselves and then we can turn around and live a more healthy lifestyle. Like, and I feel like this earth is just so full of lessons to learn, you know, and we have to sometimes go through things to get somewhere else. So that was a very big lesson I learned. Like I definitely had something kind of traumatic happen to me earlier in this year, which led me to moving into this apartment, which completely changed my life. Like low key, if it wasn't for this thing that happened, I don't think I would have ever moved out, you know, when I did. And like the timing was just so perfect and everything happened like so amazingly. So just understand like everything is going as it should. Just go with the flow and just ride the wave. Don't try to force anything. Don't try to go against the current because like fighting against the current, it really just makes you like spiral and it just keeps you there. You'll just be stuck there. And I realized universe or whoever you want to call it, like really taught me that. It's like the more I was fighting against the current, the more I was getting nowhere. Like, and that's so true. I was not getting anywhere. And the second that I just let go and just go with the flow and just understand that everything has its purpose and everything is playing out as it should, I've been able to live a much more happy life. Honestly, just letting go and just believing that everything is going to be fine no matter what happens. Everything is going to be fine and everything is working out in my favor. And I fully know this and understand this because when I look back, like, you know, at things that's happened to me previously, I've come to understand that all of it has happened to make me who I am today. And if it wasn't for those things, certain things wouldn't have played out as it should. So I'm so grateful for even the negative experiences in my life. Something, you know, that I've always known about, but it's really just been put into perspective for me this year is that no matter what is going on in your life, somebody always has it worse and somebody always is going to be wishing that they're living the life that you're living. Like no matter what where you are. Like this can apply to anybody because there are billions of people on this earth and no matter what circumstance you're in, there's someone that has it worse. And that has really put things into perspective for me. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm actually really grateful for my little baby. You know, like when I was having financial issues, I'm like, wow, I'm really grateful for these little financial issues. Cause in the grand scheme of things, this is nothing compared to like what some other people's financial issues are. You know what I mean? That's just one example, but it's like there's always someone that's going to be wishing that they had what you have, even if it's just like a warm blanket, you know, heat, water, like these having 10 fingers and 10 toes, like these things that we might not even think about or might take for granted. It's someone wishing and praying that they had those things. So it really taught me to not take anything for granted in my life, even just like breathing, you know, something that is just God given to all of us. Some people struggle with that. You know, there are some people that wake up every day in pain, like, and it's like, even if these things apply to you, there's someone that could have it so much worse. Like, they have just everything is just maybe not going the best, but it just teaches you, like, whatever you do have, appreciate it and look at the stuff you do have. Don't just worry about like what's not there, what you don't have, or you know what I mean? That energy is just not good energy and it's just going to keep you in scarcity. Start looking at what you do have and appreciating it and realize that you are really like things could always be worse. And that always helps me when I feel like things are going bad in my life. I'm like, you know what? Things could always be worse and I'm grateful they aren't worse. Okay, for real. Thank you. Like, and I just thank, you know, God, thank you so much. So yeah, I've definitely learned this year, you know, in the full spectrum that your thoughts completely create your reality. It is so true. And I've been especially paying attention to all the patterns, like recurring patterns I would manifest this year and year after year, like the same circumstances I would keep manifesting. I was really able to understand that it's because of the thoughts I was thinking and like how I was behaving and how I was going about things. And I realized I had so many limiting beliefs. And once I got rid of those and started changing my mind and thinking a lot differently, I realized how things were opening up for me, you know, to finally get these things that I wanted instead of just the same BS. So remember that it's really all about your thoughts. You know, it doesn't have to even be that serious. You don't got to do like in my last video I said I'm done with the act of manifesting. It's not even about all that, but it like there is really an alignment process when it comes for like your thoughts and reality. So do your best to think positive thoughts at all times, no matter what happens to you. Positive thoughts. And if you do have negative thoughts, that's fine. Just don't, I would say, don't let it take over. Don't dwell in it for too long. Don't let it control your life. Okay. This one's gonna be like a strange one, but I also, this year realized how important social media is. Like, I feel like it definitely gets a bad rep because a lot of us are just constantly on there all day, and we're like putting way too much we're giving it way too much of our attention and all of these things. But I realized social media and the internet literally can connect me to someone across the world. Like, and I realized that when I on my one of my old TikTok accounts, I had a video that went viral, and I gained a good amount of followers from that. And this year I ended up going to Colombia, and I met some boy. He was trying to get like I don't know what he was trying to get. He was trying to get some type of social media from me. I'm like, okay, you can follow me on TikTok. So he pulls up my TikTok, and why was he following me? I only had like 2,500 followers. It's not like I had millions of followers. Like, and in that like blew my mind, like how literally on the whole other side of the freaking globe I was able to reach people. And that's literally what the internet is. It connects all of us in this earth, and I think that is so important, and we really need to be using that to our advantage and not to our detriment. So I really learned a lot this year about the importance of having a presence on social media. You don't have to have a million followers or even 1,000 followers, but just being on there and being active in connecting with the humans of this world. It's very interesting. It can be very entertaining, but I definitely say, like, don't overdo it. If you're someone that's spending all day on social media, take some time for yourself. As they like to say, go touch grass. You don't want to have that be your entire life, but it is cool when you know there's a balance, because I've spent months being completely off social media, and then I was like, I felt like I was a grandma. Like, I never knew anything going on. It was very strange. Like, it's really the news too. Social media, it really keeps you in the now. So it's actually like a very beneficial thing for society. I just feel like we've made it. Some of us have made it to our detriment. Because it just depends on how you use it, right? Last but not least, because I don't want to make this video forever. I don't know if you guys are even interested in this or if this is helping you, but the last thing I learned, and this has just changed my life, is the importance of balance, like in your life. Like, you never want to have too much of anything or be like so far on one side than the other. Yeah, just not like doing anything too much. So I remember for like a big part of this year, I wanted to stop the internet completely, stop watching TV, just kind of like be present, be alone with my thoughts. I was like on a whole thing for months about that, this year. And I was able to learn, like, you know what, Candace, it's okay if you watch TV and do these things or whatever, as long as it's not too much of it and you're balancing the two out. You can have the best of both worlds. And I realized that about a lot of things in my life, that I can have the best of both worlds as long as I'm not overdoing either one of them. And living like this has honestly allowed me to live in such harmony. I absolutely love it. I'm like not putting any limitations on the things I'm doing anymore. I'm just doing whatever I want, and I just love it, being in my carefree era. And I guess that's the next thing I learned, like, to just really not care anymore, like not GAF, like in the grand scheme of things. This universe is so big, and like this aspect of reality like that we are experiencing right now is so small in the grand scheme of like all there is to experience. So it's just taught me like that this is very temporary, and because of that, I don't want to focus on things like that are negative or be worried or like worrying about people judging me. Like, I'm just gonna live my life, and whoever's with me is with me. Whoever's not, that has nothing to do with me. And I am just gonna worry about what is working out and what I do have, and everything going in my favor. So That's definitely another thing I've learned, to just really not care and just be, and like be happy and not worrying about anything else but my happiness, and understanding that that is the most important thing out of anything material in this world. I think the most important thing that you can have is love and happiness, and focusing on that has really changed everything for me, and has made living life a lot better and a lot more enjoyable, because I can just live and be here and happy about the journey instead of so worried about the destination. Yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you liked it, go ahead and subscribe and follow my socials down below. I did just make a new Instagram, so I would love if you guys followed me on there. Thank you so much. I love you so much, and cheers to an amazing new year. All right. Bye bye.